Going? Cool. I'm going to wait a few minutes to let people get on there. It's Monday Motivation, guys, and I've taken a little bit of a different turn because I think motivation is, a lot of the times, absolute bullshit, because you'll watch an inspirational video and you feel fired up for that workout, but then the next day it's kind of melted away. So I know that personally I've struggled with motivation, especially with business. I'll have 3-4 months where I'll be absolutely crushing it in terms of my tasks and my day-to-day routine, and then 3 to 4 months of kind of beating myself up and not achieving my goals and blaming myself and then not wanting to get out of bed. And it really affects a lot of people, that mental side of things. And I think no one really talks about it. You just have this kind of one-size-fits-all solution of you just need motivation. But if we can break motivation down into the different parts, like I'm going to do today, you'll find that you can actually live with a purpose and with a drive that means your goals have to happen just as a result of living your life, rather than something that you want to achieve as like an aside to just living. So let's wait a couple of minutes, get more people on, then I'm going to start going through this. Get some pen and paper ready. If you're at work, go and sit in your car. If you're with your friends, fuck your friends off, hide somewhere, get the notes out on your phone, ask any questions you want. If you want me to be brutally honest, if you want me to share any of my stories, then just ask. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through the 4 areas of motivation and drive to help you smash your goals with my green tea. How many's on there?
I'd say.
Cool.
No one probably.
It's cool. This is going to be a good one. Okay. I've had enough. Okay, so
We got one person. Yay.
Woohoo!
Elaine's in.
Yeah. There's no point doing work today, guys, because this is like supersedes everything in life. The 4 areas of motivation is what excites you, do you deserve it, what drives you, and what do others get out of it. So I'm going to go through a hypothetical example, and I'm probably going to go off on massive tangents in terms of my business goals, because I think that's what my day-to-day life is about. And you can get a bit of a clearer picture of these, but all the way through, make notes, think about actually what these things mean to you, because at the end of it, you'll have so many different things written down that you can just get out on your phone or look at a piece of paper every single day, and you can read it every morning as a ritual to get fired up. If you don't do that, then you're not really living true to your own purpose. So think about what your goal is. Obviously, overriding it all, let's say for fitness, it's going to be, I want to lose body fat. Well, that's not a very good goal, because you need to make that specific, attainable, all those boring but kind of relevant things. You need to have a deadline, but that's not really very motivating. Let's say I need to lose 5 kilograms, or I need to lose 3% body fat over the next 12 weeks. Cool. I know I need to do that, but I'm not motivated to do that. So what do I do? What do I add on to that? Things that excite me about that goal, right? So these are what I call so I can. So getting leaner would mean I can go to the beach and feel more confident about my body. Or it could be I can go shopping and I can buy a tighter t-shirt and I don't have a belly like this, but I have a belly like this. So it's all those things that excite you about your goal. And that's probably the one that most people know about. The next one is, who's done it before? What can you see? What can inspire you by looking at other people, meaning that you deserve it? What I mean by that is, if someone else has gone and done it, then you can do it too. So I know if someone else, my age, my kind of body fat level, has got lean, then I deserve to do it as well. There's no reason that they can do it and I can't. They deserved it from doing their work, I'm going to do my work, then I'll deserve it. Then we stack these things up. I need to lose a certain amount of body fat percentage in 12 weeks. I'm excited to do this because I want to look better on the beach. This guy on Instagram that I follow has done it, so I know it's possible. So they're massively powerful just by stacking them up. Then what drives you? This is probably my favourite one because I feel like motivation is very much positive, happy clappy, let's say, no offence to Americans, a bit American and cheesy sometimes, but when you get down to like the gritty stuff that gets you out of bed in the morning, that is what I call fuck the haters. For example, I remember when I was moving from playing rugby union to playing rugby league, and I was 16 when I was thinking about doing it. One of my friends said to me, and I just don't think you've got the handling ability to play rugby league. I just don't think you're good enough at catching and passing. And it stuck in my head. And that would have been, almost 15 years ago. And it's still in my head today. And what happened was I went home that night from school, I got my rugby ball, I put a target on the wall and I just threw passes, kicked the ball up in the air and just caught it. And that guy saying that, I just thought, you know what, fuck you, I'm going to get good at catching and passing. And it hurt, I suppose, because it probably was a little bit true. But it drove me because I thought, right, I'm going to prove him wrong. So let's say Tracy at work said you look pregnant. Well, fuck her. Let's say that someone said that you're never going to get in shape or you're too lazy. Well, fuck them. Write them down, maybe not named in case they find your piece of paper. But, you know, you can use negative stuff. Go to the dark side of motivation. It's incredibly powerful. Then I might go, right, Bill at work said I look like a big fat granddad because my belly sticks out. Well, I'm going to lose 3% of body fat in 12 weeks. So I can look better on the beach when I go on holiday. I know that other people have done it before, so I follow them all on Instagram and it motivates me. And, fuck Bill, I'm getting in shape. And then all these things drive into motivation. Rather than just watching a video, like I said, and having this kind of band-aid of motivation. This comes from within you and it's relevant to your goal. The last one is probably the one that no one ever thinks about, but when you get down to it, it's what everyone cares about the most, which is crazy. This is for other people, so they can goals. So this could be, I want to get in shape because I don't have kids, but let's pretend I do. I want to get in shape so my kids have a better role model as a dad, or I want to get in shape so I can inspire other people, or I want to get in shape so I can be at work and people can come up to me and ask me how I did it and I can help them. I can actually go and do it and use that knowledge and spread it around a little bit. So what are you doing for others? What are they going to get out of you doing it? Then every day you get up, you know your goal, you know what you're going to get out of it, you know that you deserve it because other people have done it. You know that someone who's annoyed you is going to be proven wrong, and you know that people around you that you love and care about are going to get something out of it. So all these 4 areas, if you write down like 3 to 5 things that are really relevant to you, your life and your goals, and it can be secret. It's basically like journaling, like a private diary, so don't feel like constrained by it. Like really open up and like be deep and be dark and be really positive and be really caring, perhaps more than you normally would be, and keep it secret if you need to. And these 4 areas drive into your motivation, and that'll make sure that you just destroy your goals. So, pretty powerful thing. That's the Monday motivation. If you got any questions, put them in the comments.
Have you got any stories?
Got any stories? Yes. Is there a watershed on Facebook?
No.
Here's my.
Although if you're gonna swear and stuff, they might not like many people watch it.
Here's my things. Probably not going to share these. I think sometimes in a bit of a superstitious way they're a bit more powerful when you don't share them. But if we take my goal of starting the gym, let's say, so this would have been the end of 2009. End of 2009. I graduated uni in the summer of 2009. It's like 8 years ago. Well, I feel old. So I always wanted to work as a strength and conditioning coach if I wasn't a professional rugby player, which I wasn't. So I wanted to become a coach, couldn't get a job. And so I started a gym, and it was nothing like it is today. Like a bit of a history lesson, I've been in probably 5 different locations, I think. I started off in Droylsden. Some gangster dude kicked me out because he thought I was going to be competitive with him, even though I didn't have any money or any equipment. I moved into Warrington, a place called Big Storage. I think it's like Yellow Storage Company or something now, on Manchester Road. Then I couldn't afford the rent there. I moved down the road to like a little garage gym. Then I moved to Birchwood Park, Trinity Court, got a little gym there, and the awesome place we've got now. So that's 5 places, right? And probably 100 times that I could have given up. So if I go through these 4 areas about when I started the gym, it excited me so I can be a strength and conditioning coach, because there were no jobs. It was like the recession, the English Institute of Sport that I was hoping to go on and get an internship with for, I think it was 18 grand a year. They just cut that. First year they cut that job, and that was like my whole master plan went down the toilet in one day when I realised that it was over. So I started the gym so I could be a strength and conditioning coach. It excites me because, I'm thinking about back in 2009, it excites me because I get to be my own boss, I get to do my own programs. At the time I was working at a professional rugby league club, and they weren't letting me do my own programs. I was having to do their programs, and I had all these ideas and all this knowledge, and they weren't letting me put it in there. So that annoyed me. So I have my own gym meant I can write my own programs, and I can do my own experiments, and I can apply actual scientific stuff to my clients. So that's what excited me about it. If I knew how hard it was going to be, I probably wouldn't have started the gym. Like, I definitely would have started the gym. There's no way that I'm like particularly courageous person at all, but I've been through some absolute shitty times over the past 7-8 years, and you got to go back to like what excites you. So that's what excited me. Who's done it? I looked at Joe DeFranco. There was a video of Joe DeFranco and Zach Evanesh called the Jody Interrogation that I watched every single day, like to the point where absolutely OCD about it. I watched every day for 6 months. There was this, the Joe DeFranco. This is the Strong documentary. So this was like his warehouse gym. And I just looked and I thought, well, if these guys are doing it in America and they're smashing it and it looks like they're having a bloody good time, then I want to do that in the UK. I want to do that for my own life. I know I deserve it because he's done it. Don't see how he's any better than me. This one possibly requires some self-worth. If your self-worth is like rock bottom, go and get some professional help for that, because you might start looking at other people on Instagram and think that you can't achieve it, I suppose. But for me, I knew that other people had done it. I knew that it would excite me. This one's interesting because if he's watching, Dad, my dad said, don't start a gym. I remember it very clearly. And I thought, fuck you, Dad, I'm going to start a gym.
I hope Tony is watching.
But that's pretty much...
love you, Tony.
Yeah. Comment, Dad. That was pretty much... My entire childhood was telling my parents to fuck off, so I think I'm used to that. I remember...
Jason's commented, still watch Strong weekly, and he's put in brackets, nerd.
Yeah. I used to watch it and cry. That's how sad I am. That's how like emotionally like driven I was by it all. I used to live with some guys who laughed at me when I first started the gym because I couldn't afford the equipment. It was essentially I was stood in a shed pretending it was a gym. It was my gym. Yeah, Sarah, filming, used to call it a shed. I used to tell people that I own a gym and she went, it's not really, it's a shed.
Yeah.
And I just, mental note of all these people. Ha ha ha, now I own an awesome gym. Because I linked it back to my motivation. A lot of my friends said that. And I worked at a bank at one point because the gym was doing so badly. Had to have a part-time job to support it. And a lot of my family were like, you need to just give up on the gym and go and be a bank manager. And I just thought, no, that like inner rebel, you got to just let him out. And then for other people, probably haven't focused too much on that one, but I think financially, my drive is so for all my staff can have an awesome job, because I know that gyms are very much focused about, £10 a month, 20 quid a month, crappy gyms, they're crappy environments to be in, coaches are massively underpaid and undervalued. strength and conditioning coaches, the difference between a strength coach and a personal trainer would be just the level of education and the application of sports science in strength and conditioning versus, I guess, like physique science in personal training. It's kind of an unknown thing, really, strength and conditioning, especially in the UK. So within the last 5 years, it's picked up massively. CrossFit has helped, despite the levels that we will bash it. But still, it's a very unknown job being a strength coach. And so I want to help other people know that they can start gyms, or they can be coaches, or my coaches can have good jobs, can actually have careers and earn more and more and more money, instead of like traditionally a PT being someone who's self-employed and has another job to kind of cover the bills and stuff. And I guess for my family, like, I can have a financial, I can be a wealthy guy from having loads and loads and loads of gyms, which will help loads and loads and loads of people. So definitely think about the long term. So they're my stories, as much as I want to share them about my own motivation. I think from like a rugby perspective as well, this was very clear. I would train every single day so I can become a professional rugby player. I know that other people have done it, and to be fair to the Welsh Rugby Union, they bring down professional players to the clubs to show us and for them to tell us their stories about their struggles and how they became professional. So I knew that I deserved it because other people did it. My friend who said, you don't have the hands to be a professional rugby player, well, I suppose he was right. And for other people, the fame, the money when you're a kid and you think that professional rugby players are going to get paid loads, turns out that they don't. But there was that kind of fame and glory and helping my family side of it to it all. And it all drives into motivation, guys. So if right now you know your goal, you know the deadline, and your only motivation is, I want to look good for my holiday, well, that's only this. That's only what excites you. That isn't, do you deserve it? Do you have self-worth? Do you have self-belief? That isn't, fuck the haters, what drives you? Who says some shit to you that you can use as fuel? And it's not anything for other people. It's not being a role model. It's not helping. It's not being inspirational. And you will lose unless you cover all these areas. There's tons more as well. I'm not trying to be like a psychologist. I'm just saying these are the things that you have to focus on. This is what will get you out of bed at 4:30 every single day, 3 years in a row. And the thing about fitness is, everyone's got a short-term goal, but it will only come after a long-term push for endless cardio, endless lifting of weights, endless weighing of your foods, and making sure that you're doing it healthily and you're doing it the right way, and you're going to hit pitfalls, you're going to hit training plateaus, and you need to go and find an expert who can help you. And we've had clients where they've destroyed themselves so much, hormonally speaking, with going low carb or going low calorie for years. Then they come to us, we put them on what we would think would be the right plan, and because hormonally they're fucked up, they don't get any results for like 3 months. Then we have to go another 6 months before their health comes back. Then we can start getting results. Which means if they want to lose a stone, it could only take minimum of a year. And people don't want to hear that. So if you don't have these areas, you won't be able to grind it out for that year to get the result. And that's what makes people kind of flit about between gyms and between trainings and between programs, because they're like, how can I lose a stone before my holiday? Well, you can't. You have to do a year. You have to know what excites you. You deserve it. You have to know what drives you. You have to know what you're doing for other people. And then you got your motivation. And I think that's about it. I think I've just gone around in circles now. If that isn't clear, watch it again, make some notes, and it works, guys. That's the Monday motivation. Thanks for watching.